Hello, and welcome to the official Grimsby Town video for season 2000-2001. This has been put together by Grimsby Town Football Club, myself, John Moore, and the rest of the video crew, and it will include the majority of the action from the season, action which we know you will enjoy. This was a season, of course, which saw Grimsby Town maintain First Division status. But first, let's cast our minds back to the previous season, season 1999-2000. And we are now going to show you 5 games which by popular demand were the most entertaining games of that year. We start in October of 1999 with the visit of Premiership-bound Ipswich Town, and Grimsby's victory over Ipswich Town saw them move to 9th place in the First Division. This was to be Grimsby's highest position of that season.
Men around him already. Wants the ball back, gets it back, and hammered away, only as far as Kevin Donovan. Low cross, not a particularly good one. Ipswich yet to clear, and they do now. Jack Lester, nicely turned, still going. Oh, well done by Pelton. Sends it on its way. Ashcroft into the middle. Gotta be it! It's an own goal! Well, Donovan is claiming it! I've got a nasty feeling it was Jamie Clapham who put it into the back of the net. But after 38 minutes, Town go 1-0 in front. Venus through the middle. Paul Groves is there. Danny Butterfield. Oh, they're asking for handball. They will get it. It ran down Wayne Burnett's arm. This time we do have a man on the line. It's Danny Butterfield. Who comes off the line. Into the back of the net. Good goal. Can't take it away from Magilton. Danny Butterfield. Long looking for Ashcroft. Oh, bad ball. Jack Lester. Gotta be. Yes! Lee Ashcroft makes it 2-1 and an absolute calamity defensively for Ipswich Town. George Burley will be very unhappy, and once again it's Jack Lester and Lee Ashcroft doing the job. Jack Lester quick to pounce. Lee Ashcroft, well, there's no mistake this time, buried it into the bottom of the net. Town go back in front, but handed to us on a plate.
The new millennium saw the visit to Grimsby of Sheffield United in a very entertaining fixture. But before the game itself, the fans here were all treated to Mariners of yesteryear in a parade of their heroes.
And there's a lineup there that could be worth a few quid on today's market, I reckon. Some tremendously skillful players, all well qualified in their own job, and richly deserving the applause which has been given to them for the first match of this new millennium. Oh, wasn't a good one. Might go back to Dave Smith. He'll get a second chance. That's more like it. Yes! Well, Jack Lester, not renowned for getting in there with his head, but he certainly did there. It was a great second ball in from David Smith. The corner was a poor one, but the ball reached its way back to him. Peach of a cross, and Jack Lester wasn't picked up on the near post. Town go 1-0 in front after 15 minutes. Here's Quinn. Brown. John McDermott close to him. Brown gets a cross in. It's a nasty looking one. Men in there. That's a goal. He climbed above Steve Livingston. It's number 9, Marcus Bent. The cross should never have come in the first place. It did. Back they come again, Sheffield. And it was Livo, was it, doing his job? Danny Coyne should get to this. Double save by Danny Coyne. It's going to be in. Yes. Paul Hall. Towards Jack Lester. Nicely taken. Needs to get it back inside. Paul Groves was there. Seemed to be climbing a bit. Nothing has been given. Oh, and I think we lost the ball in the lights there. Caldicott's done very well. Done even better to find Donovan. Donovan's got to take it with him. They were looking for offside. They've not got it. Yes! But Town have, and it's Lee Ashcroft. Bradley Allen with a ball into the middle. Lee Ashcroft pokes out a foot. Town get back on equal terms. And as I said 10 minutes ago, that's what we want to see Lee Ashcroft doing. Getting in the danger area, causing a nuisance of himself, getting in on the goal. 2-2.
The next home match was an absolute classic. It saw Grimsby Town take on Nottingham Forest in what ended up as being a 7-goal thriller.
Danny Coyne. Donovan with a flick on. Jack Lester seemed to be taken late and seemed to be taken rather high as well. Jack Lester now on the transfer list, of course, but very, very popular here at Blundell Park. Free kick to come in. John McDermott. No. Controlled by Ashcroft again. Let him down a little bit. Well, let him down a lot for that matter. But it comes in now, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Jack Lester. Well, as me there, almost criticising Lee Ashcroft for his control, but he stuck to his job, and he got the ball into the 6-yard box, and Jack Lester was there to put it away. First goal of the afternoon, 25 minutes gone. Jack Lester. Ball ran away. Now Lee Ashcroft. Oh, and Lee Ashcroft is away. Gotta be. He might set up. Oh, what a good goal. What a good goal. Lee Ashcroft made his presence felt, got rid of the defender, took it on. He looked up, he saw that Jack Lester was alongside him, and I reckon that in looking up, he got that ball through and under Dave Besant, and that is 2-0 to Grimsby Town. And Lee Ashcroft, he's made one, he's scored one, and a good finish. He kept his head, and you've got to say, as Forrest come again. Oh, what a good finish. What a great goal. Town were asleep. Town were absolutely asleep. Alan Rogers right through the middle. Rifles in an early reply. Bart Williams, good run. Pruton, laid back. Away by Livo, we got a knee to it or whatever, it's done enough, but it's still there now. And it's still there, it's an own goal. Mark Lever into his own goal. And there's all sorts of protests from the Town players. But for all that, it's both sides realising that a point is not going to be an awful lot of good. Here's Lee Ashcroft, he's still going, and that's a penalty. And it's Yelder, and it's a red card. Yelder has to leave the field. Well, his manager should be getting him off. Lee Ashcroft. Yes. 3-2, great penalty. Good penalty. Right in the corner. Besant gets the right way. And I think it is fair to say that Town have been under the cosh so far in the second half. But we've got to nose he's back in front again. Lee Ashcroft has made one, he's now scored two, and Town go 3-2 in front. Stacey Caldicott's up in the air stuff at the moment. Livo. Jack Lester on the chase. Jack Lester still going. Dave Besant has got to go. Not the best of balls to Poughton, but Poughton has still got it and he's found Donovan. Donovan will get this left side, it's a good ball. Is that Bradley Allen over there? Finds Jack Lester, still Jack Lester. Edge of the area, yes! 4-2. Kevin Donovan. And that is a genuine goal from Kevin Donovan. The two that he's been credited with so far this season have been rather dubious, but that was no question about that one. Laid on a plate by Jack Lester. 4-2, Kevin Donovan. Look at this, no marking. Bart Williams, still Bart Williams, held up by Stacey Caldicott. And no marking again. And straight in. Straight in. Sloppy, sloppy play. Friedman saying he got a touch. It makes it 4-3.
The fourth game saw Town play Port Vale. And watch out in particular in this match, because Darrell Clare scored what was to end up being the goal of the season.
Darrell Clare holding his man off well. There's the layoff. And there's the run, but that was offside. It wasn't picked up by the linesman. Inside now, Darrell Clare! Oh, yes! No way in the world are you going to stop that! What a finish by Darrell Clare! That's as good as it comes. That's as good as it gets. What a finish. A beautiful touch on. I reckon it was Bradley Allen with a flick on, and Darrell Clare was in like Flynn. What a great finish. Oh, Darrell Clare just did enough. Donovan now has got to look up. Kingsley Blackie can measure this. That's what he's done. Men are in there. 2-0. Bradley Allen. What a good finish. Kingsley Black. The ball fell to him in an awful lot of space. He measured the cross to perfection, and Bradley Allen did the rest.
Donovan.
John McDermott chases on Darrell Clare. He's trying to get in. Darrell Clare does. That is handball. Well, the linesman was very quick to flag. The referee will send off Musselwhite. Handball outside the area.
And finally, from the 99-2000 campaign, comes a visit of another side to play Premiership football the following season, Manchester City, and a side who Town matched on the day.
In it comes. Whoa! Man got away from Mark Lever. Well, a goal has been given. I'm not too sure as a man didn't come ploughing into Danny Coyne. Caldicott. Good run by Ashcroft. Oh, he wants support close and he hasn't got it. Weaver palms it away. Still Town putting City under the cosh. In there now. Yes! Alan Poughton! What a good finish! Good finish by Alan Poughton. Pressure by Town paying off eventually. Alan Poughton in there scoring his first goal, I think, for Grimsby Town. In front of the pontoon stand.
And so on to last season. A season which saw Grimsby Town change the manager after only 2 games. But a season which also saw Town maintain their position amongst the elite of the Football League. This review will show you the actions from that season, together with, along the way, the comments of Lenny Lawrence as the season progressed. We're going to show you the highlights, the goals, the saves, the penalties, the incidents, the sendings off. So get ready to sit back and enjoy.
Just as he was about to swipe it, he has another chance at it. Appleton again, this time a good save. Appleton again. That's 1-0 Preston. 34 minutes gone. Mix up in the Town defence. Raven up against Macken. Macken takes him easily. Still Macken, still Macken, still Macken. Good goal. 86 minutes gone. Macken beats Raven, beats Coyne, puts it in the back of the net. David Ayres that's come on. Edwards loses out to Donovan. Falls for Livingston. That's one goal back. One goal back with a minute to go. Good play by Donovan. 1 minute to go.
Big news of the day here today. Looking at my watch here, the 22nd of August 2000 is that Alan Buckley is no longer manager of Grimsby Town Football Club. John Cockrell will take over in the meantime. We still hope that Grimsby Town are still successful. What will happen in the meantime, well, only time will tell. Well in by Caldicott. John McDermott, Jeffrey, Poughton. Through the middle, looks for Bradley Allen. There's a knock-off for Jeffrey. Good play this by Town. David Smith. Two men to take on. Still David Smith. He's got past one. Needs to get past the other. He's half done it. Cross comes in. Scooped away. Danny Butterfield sends it straight back. It is off Bradley Allen. It's up in the air there now from Hemmings. Oh, it's Carlisle getting in first. Bradley Allen, is it? Still going, squeezes it through. Stacey Caldicott. Oh, what a lovely goal. Now that was a peach of a goal. All very messy, but it fell nicely for Stacey Caldicott. And you could almost see as soon as that ball got to his foot, he was looking for the top corner, and that's exactly what he got. That's a great finish. Great finish by any standards. Jeffrey's header inside, Bradley Allen. I think it's Bradley Allen who at one stage there trying to scurry through. The ball broke away. Carlisle United were desperately trying to get the ball clear. They never really did so. And it fell perfectly basically for Stacey Caldicott. And after 35 minutes he puts Town 1-0 in front. Hemmings straight into the challenge by Caldicott. No complaints. Looked quite a tough one. That's a good ball. Paul Groves, John McDermott. Jeffrey finds David Smith. He's a good play again by Town. Forward now. Bradley Allen, good turn. Shot comes in. 2-0. That's a great goal. Oh, really good play by Bradley Allen. 2 goals in a minute. That's a great finish. Turned on a sixpence. Left the defender behind. He half left the defender behind. But he did enough just to get his left foot to the ball and past the goalkeeper. 2-0 for Town. 2 goals in a minute. David Lee available behind Birch. This is David Lee now. Sends it back to Birch. Good play by Carlisle. Nasty cross. Man is on the near post. Well, Danny Coyne did his bit, and certainly Steve Livingston did. Very
Obviously it's a big job, and there was a lot of tradition here, and you know, it's a relatively small club, you know, in an ever increasing first division in terms of size of clubs and money available to them. But the biggest thing was for me when I went out on the pitch with the chairman, because obviously Alan had been here a long time, over 2 spells, and done well, and I thought, I wonder what sort of reception I get. But the warmth of the reception impressed me. I was well pleased with that. I mean, new managers always get a decent reception, but I thought that was good.
Well up by Raven, it's fallen nicely for Wednesday. Now Danny Butterfield, time to clear. David Smith has gone wide. That's what he tried to find. Needed to get it right and he didn't. Long range effort is nasty. It was a speculative shot by Michel de Piedi. Houghton and Caldicott. Through the middle, it's a nice looking ball. If it reaches Jeffrey, it didn't. Des Walker was there, and Des Walker is there again. Another Town corner. Should be Kingsley Black with it this time. Kingsley Black left-footed, swinging it in. Nasty one. Pressman didn't come. Not over the line. The Wednesday defence getting themselves in a tiz was. Then Gillingham kick off. Time will tell. And the Gillingham side, well, I shall have to give you this, of course, by numbers only. We'll see how they line up. There's an ex-Mariner in there, of course. We have Nicky Southall. Had a couple of years here for Grimsby Town. Always a good hard-working midfield player. Scored some spectacular goals for Grimsby, without making a real mark here at Blundell Park. Here's Jeffrey, nice lob into the middle. Gillingham should clear. Paul Raven, good call. Bradley Allen, nicely knocked off to John McDermott. Stacey Caldicott, forward to Jeffrey. He's got it under control, he's done well there, and he's done even better. Oh, almost worked it through to the penalty spot. Alan Poughton is in. John McDermott sends it back. Oh, good goal! Steve Livingston. Well, it was a speculative ball forward. And Steve Livingston getting in before everybody else. Lobs it over the defence and over the keeper and into the back of the net. Very quick thinking. Now David Smith, searching one for Livo. Livo's going to get to this. It's turned into a very good ball. Steve Livingston lays off. Kingsley Black, an early one into the middle. Who's in there? Danny Butterfield coming in late. Hit deep. Men coming in. It's going to come back to Kingsley Black. Stacey Caldicott guides it to him. Still Kingsley Black. Oh no. Who's it falling for? Danny Butterfield and over the top. Cranston. Straight into Poughton's challenge, but he's very strong. And pressure and numbers doing the job for Town. Now Danny Butterfield's a great ball. Steve Livingston, surely. What a miss. Caldicott just got in. Ball squirms away though. Rankin was left on the ground. Through the middle is Ricketts. Good break by Bolton, 1-0. Very sharp break by Bolton Wanderers. Ricketts put it away.
And nice to see a few Town fans have made the trip in the midst of the petrol crisis behind Danny Coyne's goal at the moment. Just a handful have made it across the Pennines. Here we go. Town usually do quite well at Burnley. Good start. Macca making the run. Gets the ball in. Forwards for Livingston. Looking for help. There it is. Oh, good start. Long shot coming in. It's blocked by Cook. Butterfield gets a chance in. Straight in the bottom corner. What a goal from Danny Butterfield. Opens his account. 10.5 minutes gone. Grimsby Town take the lead. I think that shocked the Burnley players. The initial shot from Campbell, I think it was, from the free kick, was blocked by Cook. It fell straight into the path of Danny Butterfield. Let's get the ball away this time. Near post. That's it. Glancing header. Town paying dearly for not getting the ball away. Not marking Andy Cook.
Here's Campbell on lone man, Alan Poughton. Through the middle, he's looking for Bradley Allen. Bradley Allen's done very well. Just didn't quite sit for him. It has now. The shot comes in, but it's straight at David Besson. This could be interesting at the other end. Long range effort again, I reckon. Oh, look, the man's through. It's got to be. What a good goal. Alan Rogers absolutely danced down the right-hand side. Forrest touching the ball off well. They were looking for a man wide on the left. They didn't find it. This is interesting. Jack Lester. 2-0. It had to be, didn't it? Sloppy defending, good passing by Forrest. The end result is Jack Lester against his old colleagues makes it 2-0. Well, it'd be unfair not to let Galley have a go at this one. He's got a really good left peg on him, as Galley. He can hit a ball well, and either him or David Smith. Got to be Galley's ball. Really a chance out of nothing. In it comes. Straight at Dave Besson, palms it away. Donovan drives it in, drives it wide. This should be Naylor. Donovan is with him. Danny Butterfield, oh, it's given back to Naylor. Bad mistake by the two Town men. In it goes. Number one. Paul Groves. Clever play by Alan Poughton. Not so much that time, I'm afraid. Now, Caldicott. Space available left. Gallimore, he'll have another go. Deflected. Gonna be in! Tony Gallimore, it's a good goal. Danny Coyne's pleased with it. Well, that's three times Galley has charged forward into that position. It's third time lucky. I think it's fair to say the ball took a bit of a kick on the way through, which probably beat Stowell. And Danny Coyne just stood up all the time. Oh, another chance, and that's two. And this time Wolves do make us pay for it. And Robert Taylor, there's a good cross into the middle. Right-hand side's okay, and that's where it goes. Kevin Donovan showed too much. He's got a second chance. And it comes now. It's looking good. Gotta be. Jonathan Rowan. What a start. Great cross in from Donovan. Jonathan Rowan marks his entrance by scoring the equalising goal. Straight into Danny Coyne. Well, won't do him any harm. Now then, Bradley Allen. Gotta be. Yes! Unbelievable! The game's turned on its head. Long kick by Danny Coyne. Danny Coyne is absolutely pleased as punch. Bradley Allen certainly is. And Wolverhampton Wanderers have let it slip with 2 goals in less than a minute. The emblem was caught out by the clearance from Danny Coyne.
Darren Barnard didn't get it, and that's a promising move that breaks down for Barnsley. Butterfield coming over halfway for Grimsby onto Clare. Back to Butterfield, play down the right hand side for McDermott. Back inside to Butterfield. Once again they can't make headway. Chip forward. Sure, there's an offside there, is there, against Bradley Allen. Chips it over, or lobs it over rather, Kevin Miller for a neat finish, but the flag had gone up. Just wondering whether he will play it short to Ward or whether he'll try and loft the ball in. It's played out towards the edge of the box for McClare. McClare gets a shot in. Van der Laar gets a header on. Header by Chettle at the far post, and it's bundled in by Bruce Dyer. Chettle capitalised on the nod on from Van der Laar. First team games here at Oakwell will be live and exclusive here on Oakwell AM. Van der Laar, central midfield for Barnsley, flicked on to Neil Shipley, tries to get in the box. Shipley's got a great opportunity to make it 2-0. The Grimsby defenders are all over the place, and Neil Shipley has slotted the ball home at Coyne's right hand post, and Barnsley have doubled their lead.
Touched off to Butterfield, a suicide ball to Butterfield. Butterfield did well to get it back. Donovan's done even better. Brought down, no foul. The referee says play on. Bradley Allen tried to make some space, and he has done, and he's scored. Well, what a good finish by Bradley Allen. 3 yards outside the penalty area. I thought for a minute the referee was going to give a foul for the infringement on Kevin Donovan, but he let play go on. Bradley Allen picked it up, he kept the ball under control. And not the most powerful shot in the world, but it was accurate enough, and it was accurate enough to beat Nico Varson. Not always the result that we want out of it, but we do get looked after well down there. In comes the corner. Nasty. Oh, gotta be. Easy goal. Easy goal. Too low. Might get through. Well, Harper clawed it away. Nielsen's ball back in. Livo is there. Yes! yes, what a good goal! Looping header by Steve Livingston. Well, it's like the return of the hero. The initial free kick came in from David Smith, much as did the corner from Queen's Park Rangers in the first half. It eluded everybody. Harper clawed it away. Nielsen chased after the ball, and it was Nielsen's cross. Well, it's turning into a battle. Here comes Nielsen, carrying the ball. He's got plenty of pace. Can he go alone? He does. Just wide of the mark by a whisker. And Nielsen wanting the crowd to respond, which they do. Outside the area, Stacey Caldicott, he wants somebody right-hand side. He didn't really have them. Paul Groves now, deeper. Wanting a runner. Trying to pick out Bradley Allen. David Smith is it. It's a great header by David Smith. Stacey Caldicott curls it in. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! There he goes. David Nielsen, first one. David Smith did some tremendous work there. He got a good header to Stacey Caldicott. It was a curled crossing by Caldicott. On the full, met on the full by David Nielsen, and there's no goalkeeper in the world going to save that, Wally. That's a goal and a half. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Nielsen, should I say Livingston. Oh, good back heel. Livo is on his way. Still Livo. Oh, yes. Harper left for dead. It was a back heel from Nielsen that did the job. And Steve Livingston, well, back with a vengeance. Great finish. Nielsen put it on an absolute plate. And that's the cushion that we wanted.
And now picked up at field by Nielsen for Grimsby. Can't get past the first challenge from Bjornaby. But now up to Livingston, just over the halfway line. Back inside to Nielsen, who's certainly not sure the pace. Will fancy a run here at the Rovers' defence. It's got Dunn getting back at him. And he's trying to take on Dunn for pace. Goes past him. Inside, the cross comes into the near post. Good piece of defensive covering work there.
David Dunn and Ignat have got to get a bit closer to Washington really, because Washington holding the ball up well, but he needs support.
Flickcroft looking for a repeat of goal on Wednesday night. The keeper was slipping all about there. Somehow he's left, headed down by Short. Maybe could have done more with it. Johnson, good save by Coyne. Wasn't quite sure where the ball had gone, but he would have seen that laid, and it was swerving as well inside his area. Decent save by the keeper.
Yeah, so we're looking at the monitor now. A great strike from Damien Johnson. The goalkeeper saw it late, but he just parried.
To McAteer, and a chance, and again it's come off Coyne. Austin started to play on the edge of the 6-yard box. Didn't get full contact with it. Don't think Coyne knew too much about it, but the keeper's bailed out Grimsby again.
Yeah, they can't keep missing chances like this.
They can keep this in. Down by the corner flag. Ball playing to the near post. McAteer tried to dummy it. Austin inside the area, trying to line up the shot. A good save again by Coyne, who's having an outstanding afternoon.
Yeah, a brilliant save again from Danny Coyne, but full march to Einstein there. He cut inside and it whipped a tremendous ball in there. He must have studied the last seconds there, Coyne. Saved it with his foot.
Grimsby have it back again, trying to play football down the right. Ball laid into the centre. 2 players in there. And again, Nielsen finding space down his right-hand side. Will he try a shot? Tries to pull it back across. And it's behind by Steve Livingston, but that was an excellent chance for Grimsby in the opening couple of minutes of the second half. McAteer wanted it played early. Not really seen. Hignett back to Oshenstadt. Took him a little bit wide. Chips the ball in. Man arriving later, Flickcroft. And Gary Flickcroft has scored for Rovers for the second time in 2 games. He arrived late at the far post. Did well, rides a couple of challenges. Tries to get Matt Janssen going down his left-hand side. Janssen closing down on goal. Janssen with a shot! And Matt Janssen makes it 2-0 to Rovers and seals the game in injury time.
Yeah, tremendous bit of skill from Lee Kaiser in the middle of midfield.
Donovan's corner, met by Van Blok. Fox, away by Jordan to Hughes. And Gallimore gets it away, and the flag has stayed down. It's Bradley Allen. Yes! Just had enough on it to beat Brian Jensen, and Grimsby's pressure pays off.
Well, what an incredible transformation we've seen in this second period. As this ball comes out, it's actually 1 against 1. And if Hughes had managed to nick that past Gallimore, but he didn't, and he just floats the ball over the back of this West Brom rearguard. I was talking in the first half, Rob, about how square, how flat they were, and you can't give this fella any room at any time because he is more than capable in front of goal. This is what Bradley Allen's all about.
Here's Donovan. Holding off Snakers. Nielsen! And with 7 minutes to go, it could be game, set and match as Nielsen scores his second goal for Grimsby.
Oh, what a magnificent finish this is, and what a signing Lenny Lawrence has come up with. But again, full marks to Donovan. He goes at West Bromwich Albion. This is too easy. Gary Mexon will be livid with the type of defending his side have shown in this second half. Pulls the ball back, and that's as sweet a volley as you're likely to see. It's a great spot from Donovan. What a strike that is. And Jensen doesn't...
I watched the Sheffield Wednesday game with John Cockrell. I'd left in charge. I only got the job on the Friday, so I didn't really know the players. We hadn't done any training, so I thought it was only right to leave John in charge. We were unlucky to lose that game, but the tempo of the game was too slow. We didn't mount any sustained attacks. You know, it was too easy for Sheffield Wednesday to catch us on the break, and the players just looked short of confidence, really. I'd played at Luton with wing backs and 3 centre backs. And I had it in my mind I wanted to change the way we played and see if I could impose that system. We did all right at Crewe. We deserved a draw. We had a lot of the play, had some chances, couldn't score, and they hit us with a bad goal initially and the second goal on the break with about 10 minutes to go. Decent performance. You know, players worked very hard. I think everybody went home quite encouraged, but of course we had 1 point from 4 games. I've got quite a good record against Gillingham over the years. I'll have to say, in all honesty, it was a bit of a fluky goal from Liver. With it being so early in the game, it was obviously ever so handy. I mean, he'll say it was an inspired piece of skill, but I think it was a little bit of fortune attached to it. But we deserved a bit because we hadn't had any previous to that, that's a certainty. And it was hard fought after that, but, you know, we just about deserved it. And, you know, that was 3 points from 5 games, I think it was, and that got us off the bottom. I can't remember if it got us out of the bottom 3, but it got us off the bottom. That was the first or only the second win, maybe in, I don't know, 17 or 18 games, I think. I think, you know, the win at Crystal Palace was the sort of turning point, really. You know, I mean, it was a real spirited, backs to the wall performance. The goal had an element of fortune about it. The goalie, their goalkeeper, you know, misjudged it, and Bradley was onto it, and, you know, it was a little bit of fortune for us, which we hadn't had previously. And then we played West Brom on Sky on the Sunday, and that was our first back-to-back wins. You know, it was in the first half against West Brom. You know, they had a few chances, and with that strike force, you'd have expected to be a goal or 2 down for the chances they had. But I persevered with the system I was playing, which was 3 forwards, 1 behind the front 2, which has served us well at Crystal Palace. And we got our reward. You know, Bradley hooked one in, opportunist goal, and David Nielsen got that great volley, and we were on the way. And I think by the end of that was the end of October, and that saw us, you know, 5 or 6 positions away from the bottom 3, probably our highest position. So, you know, that was heartening. You know, he's a little bit short of match fitness. Hadn't played too much at Copenhagen, really. Well, I saw him when I was out of work in the summer. I went and saw him. A friend of mine runs Copenhagen, or the manager, and he caught my eye. So I made efforts to get him in. Again, it wasn't easy. He made it easy. He started off as sub against Huddersfield, and then he made his debut against QPR. I would think most strikers here would see Steve Livingstone as their ideal strike partner because of his physical presence. I think it makes life so much easier for whoever plays with him, and I'm sure that David is no different in that respect. We're looking forward to trying to maintain our position in that just below halfway, if we can. What we don't want to do is slip back into the bottom three. We started off there, we've got ourselves out of it, and now we need to try and maintain some form. Obviously before away games coming up, it's going to be a sight harder to do it. Some difficult fixtures there, starting with Watford in the not too distant future, but that's what the aim's got to be, and if we can do that, that'll be good.
Town, of course, in the away strip for today's game, and it's Sheffield United kicking off and attacking the Town fans who are in the upper part of the stand to our left-hand side there. Wayne Burnett showed a few studs. A long way out. There we go. And it was a great strike as well. Simon Tracy in no way is going to try and hang on to that. Ball nicely carried out of defence and just a little clip on him. And I think Livo's going to be booked for consistent moaning and fouling, basically. Well in by Nielsen. And again, held off, still going. Oh! So, yellow card for Curtis Woodhouse, or Santos. Nielsen loses out to Santos, tries to go back for some more. Santos seemed to make the most of it. Nielsen certainly to be yellow carded. The cracking ball. Oh, look at this. The marking went missing. Santos puts United 1-0 in front. Ball wasn't gone out. Linesman was dead in line. Oh, nicely done by Grimsby. Now Steve Livingston. He's on his way. Shot comes in. That's a great goal. Oh, that is a good goal by any standards. Lovely finish. It's a great step over, and Steve Livingston, who is in good form at the moment. Sheffield United looking to come straight back. Devlin again. Good cross. Gotta be. Great cross. Marcus Bent with a finish. Campbell, nicely done. Livingston left it well for Caldicott. Tried to touch it off. Caldicott was taken. He's going to be booked for diving. I don't know, I'm not convinced. Tracy straight through the middle. Paul Groves was there. Couldn't make any contact. Bent was on it in a flash. Tracy. Paul Groves. I don't know as it was a foul. Very disappointing for Paul Groves. He certainly made contact with the man and knocked the man over. Caldicott, great little challenge by Caldicott. Now Wayne Burnett, who's forward for him? Donovan through the middle, as is Nielsen. Nielsen on his way, still Nielsen. Yes, what a good goal, 3-2. David Nielsen brings Town back into it. We've got a game on our hands here. Great ball through the middle by Wayne Burnett. Peach of a pass. Nielsen did the rest, made it look easy. Devlin will take this into the corner, I'm sure. Well, for me, Bloomer was simply clearing that ball. If he thinks it was deliberately hit at the linesman, the referee is a bigger fool than he's been. Oh, what a stupid booking.
In the first half, but he's doing it for them.
Yeah. And the booking for Kevin Donovan for not retreating. Yes, Martin quite rightly saying in the first half the opportunity was there for the referee to do that for Grimsby Town. He chose not to. He's now late in the game decided to do that for Sheffield. And for Grimsby Town, a couple of changes from the weekend when we went down 3-2 at Sheffield United. In goal we have Danny Coyne. Number 2 is John McDermott, tonight breaking the club record for appearances. Tremendous achievement by young John McDermott. Georgian Dar, 5 minutes of players gone, no score. Good ball inside the fullback. It's a great pass. Needs to be measured. Well, so easy. No marking again. In it comes now, David Smith, hit well enough. And Oakes tumbled over by Paul Groves. Long range, floated into the back post. Should be Danny Coyne's Georgian Dar. It was over the line. Don't think there's any question the ball was over the line. And I've got a feeling that Town are now going to play a more orthodox 4-4-2 system. Emblem. Great effort and a great save by Coyne. Kevin Donovan. Clipped in by Wayne Burnett. Missed. Stacey Caldicott. Now Nielsen. Nasty ball in. Handy side was there. Not away yet. Or yet. Taken nicely. Georgian Dar colliding with Emblem. Town once again looking to take it short, although we're not going to now. Touched over the top. Now, I presume that was probably Paul Groves coming in on it. Steve Livingston, in actual fact, didn't really get the power in it he wanted. Kevin Donovan going to send it in again, I reckon. And much the same again. And off the bar this time, Paul Groves. Moores living dangerously.
Right foot cross from Fernandez, Baramorte! Fabrice Fernandez appeared to be going nowhere, but he was just biding time to conjure up that killer ball, and Baramorte was clear, and again Coyne was equal to it. Second excellent save from a Baramorte effort within a couple of minutes from the Welsh keeper. Davis was waiting, Hales, Coleman, Clark, wide to Bjarne Goldbeck, still Goldbeck, right foot, good effort, oh! Well, that's the pick of the bunch so far this afternoon for Fulham. Bjarne Goldbeck picks up possession, cuts inside Nielsen. That's a vicious right foot shot that Coyne just touches onto the bar, and out of play for another Fulham corner. Groves nods it clear, Butterfield tries to clear it as well. Sahar's there for Fulham though, touches it into the path of Lee Clark. Lovely ball into Louis Baramorte's path. 1-0 Fulham. Louis Baramorte with his 9th goal of the season. But Caldecott wins that, and McDermott looks to clear for Grimsby. It's come off Sahar into the path of Hales. Again, excellent work from goalkeeper Danny Coyne, who's been the Grimsby Town man of the match in my eyes this afternoon. Could have been a much more flattering scoreline for Fulham if it wasn't for the Grimsby #1, but Sahar has it now for Fulham. Still Louis Sahar, great work from Sahar, right foot, oh! Fantastica! Louis Sahar, his first goal in 3 games, and what an absolute corker. And Jeffrey brings it forward again for Grimsby Town. Donovan, still Donovan, good run here from the veteran. Lovely run from Kevin Donovan, that is some goal. Well, they've offered little in this second half, but that is the goal of the game, and arguably the goal of the season at the Cottage so far. Kevin Donovan, he picked up possession midway through the Fulham half and drifted past challenge from Davies, cutting in between Simons and Finnan, and just passed the ball home. Fantastic goal from Kevin Donovan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd of December, year 2000, and we're all eagerly awaiting the appearance of Grimsby Town's league appearance record holder. And here he comes, John McDermott. Brilliant servant to the club over the years. Now in fact broken the league appearance record. Now stands at, after today's game, will be 453 league appearances. And that's Keith Joblin handing the award over, the previous record holder. Good day for John McDermott. Good day for Grimsby Town. And can I also say welcome back to Blundell Park to everybody really. Spent the whole of November away. Wide it goes, Smith. Cross comes in, that's a goal. Forsell. Well, that goal's come from nothing. Smith gets the cross in, pinpoint cross. And the possibility we'll get drawn back into the relegation zone if we lose today. Oh dear, from Peter Handy's side, Morrison, 2-0. Ball taking goal from Morrison. Poor old Peter Handyside. Jeffrey lips it over. That's one of them back. 83 minutes gone. Jeffrey pulls the goal back. Everything to play for. 7 minutes to go. Burnett looking for Jeffrey again. Being pulled down. The referee says yes. Looks like he might have a good strike on him. We shall soon see. Willems. Oh! Donovan's there. It's in! Donovan! 2-2. Goal clutched a point from nowhere. After being 2-0 down, quarter of an hour to go, Donovan has pulled it back to 2-2 after a low shot went straight through the Crystal Palace wall from a free kick by Willems. Unfortunately for Town, Donovan was first on the scene. 2-2.
Number 12, Butterfield, to take this one.